Hey guys, I wanted to explain today's probability assignment. So pardon the jinky conditions. This is about the best I could do today. So if you look at a box of candy, and my box of candy has 3 different flavors in it, and you want to know what the probability is of different things. So let's take a look. First of all, if you haven't checked out the Introduction to Probability on the Canvas page, I would highly recommend doing that because it actually explains what probability is and goes over all of that in detail, and that's probably going to be helpful too. But this is just help on today's assignment. So if I want to know the probability of different things, I first need to count to figure out how many pieces I have all together. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I know that I have 15 pieces all together. That's how many pieces of candy are in my candy box, right? So if I want to know the probability of pulling out a strawberry piece, all I need to do is count the pieces of strawberry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So 6. But my answer is not just 6, okay? It's 6 out of 13. I can also write it as a fraction, 6 out of 13. If I wanted to, I could even turn it into a percentage. I don't really want to do that today, but I could. And if I wanted to do that, I would divide 6 by 13. And I already know that it's a little more than half because I know that 6 is half of 12. Okay? If I want to know the probability of pulling out a grape piece, all I have to do is count the grape pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 13, or 5 over 13. How about the probability of pulling out an apple piece? You guessed it, count the apple pieces. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 13, or 4 over 13. Now, that's pretty easy. The next step would be, what if I want to know the probability of pulling out a grape or an apple piece? Okay, it's not as hard as you might think, because I'm just trying to figure out how likely am I to be pulling out a grape or an apple piece. So what I really need to do is figure out how many grape or apple pieces there are. I know there are 5 grape pieces. I know that there are 4 apple pieces, and I also know that 5 plus 4 is 9. So that answer is 9 out of 13, or 9 over 13. And I bet you can think of lots of other questions you can answer with this box of candy. You could answer, how likely am I to pull out either a strawberry or a grape? You could just add the strawberry pieces with the grape pieces. You could also answer the question, how likely am I to pull out a watermelon piece? But Miss F, there's no watermelon pieces in that box of candy. Correct. So how likely are you to pull out a watermelon piece? That is 0. You are 0 out of 13 likely to pull out a watermelon piece. Okay. What if I just started asking questions that didn't necessarily involve specific numbers? What if I say, which color am I most likely to pull out? Well, I'm most likely to pull out pink. Which color am I least likely to pull out? I'm least likely to pull out green. See, I've already done all of the work. I've already done all the math. All I need to do is look at my numbers. The only more complicated problem that I can start to ask is, what if I actually start eating the candy out of this box? So up here I have this problem. What if I eat 4 strawberry pieces, 3 grape pieces, and 1 apple piece? What am I most likely to pull out next? Well, it's simple. What I have to do is start changing the way the box looks. I have to eliminate the pieces because they're no longer there as an option. If I eat all that candy, I no longer have 15 pieces. So I need to get rid of 4 strawberries. I need to get rid of 3 grapes. I need to get rid of 1 apple. Okay, so these are the pieces that I have left. So my first question is still, how many pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in this new problem, I have 7 pieces. So I don't have 15 pieces anymore because I ate some. Now I have 7 pieces. Now, which kind of piece do I have the most of? I have 3 apples, I have 2 grapes, and 2 strawberries. So now I know that I'm most likely to pull out an apple. apple piece. Okay, so that's how you do this page today. Again, if you haven't watched the other video about the basics of probability, I would go back and do that. We're going to talk a little bit about that in our Wednesday Zoom meeting, but until then, that's a great reference for you to keep working on the other assignments. If you have any other questions, you can send me a message. I'll talk to you later.